Hey everyone, I'm Alexis the Ego Queen, and welcome back to Queen's Court. In the last episode, stuff happened. We ended up at a creepy house. And Larician is talking to some girl, I believe. Can't really remember. I think I walked up on him. You know what? Viggy actually remembers this.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Vicky the GM, and welcome back to the Queen's Court. When we last left our heroes, Bologna found herself displaced to a hellish realm for an instance of eternity. There she spoke with a perfect abomination of delightful laziness, who sent her back to the Materium. Once returned, Bologna was unable to speak to the tithe pilgrims with anything but her telepathic voice, prompting cries of witchery. The rest of the warband quickly stepped in to avoid a confrontation, and Tarvok hauled the captured psyker away for interrogation. Returning to the Corvus Blackstar and taking off, Rosalina began to apply pressure to the captured psyker, both psychic and physical, but to no avail. It was only when she pushed hard into his subconscious that she found a vision of the saint's supposed location, then disposing him out of the Corvus Blackstar landing ramp and letting him crash to the ground. Tarvok was able to discern a plausible area that the vision might correlate to, a stretch of foothills near a mountain range. Amma and Larician piloted the Corvus towards these foothills with the aid of Tarvok's navigational data, and landed near a small village nestled in a forest clearing. Disembarking the Corvus, the acolytes walked towards the village gate, but Rosalina decided to stay outside, letting the curious children play with Risa. The others entered the village and gained some rudimentary information, such as the name and a few places of interest. In the evening, the warband gathered, and Larician decided to follow up on a lead that Tarvok had gained regarding the possibility of a living saint. Following the directions from a local seed scribe, Larician found a lonesome house in the middle of nowhere. Inside was a young woman, dressed in the garments of the faithful, her hair light brown, her eyes a piercing green. She introduced herself as Dorothea, along with her Felid Garrow. They talked for some time before she showed Larician where he could sleep. And we return, where Larician is laying in the bunk room that is situated below the house, with some 24 beds laid out in 2 lines. So, here comes the question for you, Noble. Will you be going to sleep, or are you actually going to do something else?
First things first, well, I'm sure Tarvok's been listening, and he's still gonna kind of cast film too. Yeah.
Fair enough. Tarvok is now informed.
Okay. Yeah, then Larician's just gonna get up and go back upstairs. I'm gonna do a stealth test. Just
roll stealth. I will roll against you, though I doubt she will make it. Here it is. No, she does not. So, as Larician makes his way up to the first floor of the house, you can see that the fireplace is slowly dwindling down as the final embers die out. And, well, the first floor, aside from you, is completely vacant. You can, however, see that there is light coming from a ladder, from the top of a ladder, which leads up into the tower bedroom, though tower is a slight over-exaggeration.
And I assume that's where Dorothea would have gone, because he said bedroom.
Indeed.
Okay. Well, he's just gonna get a look around, essentially just see what he can about this place. So I'm gonna do awareness.
Alrighty.
And you would be using.
You can get an extra plus 20 if you were scanning it with your Auspex.
Okay. So wait, it would be a plus 40? Is that what you're saying, or?
Yes, a plus 40 in the end.
Okay.
And you make it. As you look around, you can Well, it looks lived in, is all you can tell. The furniture looks worn. There's even a layer of dust in the less traveled areas. However, as you are walking back and forth, making sure to step as softly as you can hear when you walk past the ladder, you can hear Dorothea speaking softly. Let's see. And you hear... Uh-oh, crap. I made a mistake. I closed something that I wasn't supposed to. Here we go. I found it again. You hear, oh so quietly, coming from the ladder, you hear, "Love the Emperor, for he is the salvation of mankind. Obey his words, for he will lead you into the light of the future. Heed his wisdom, for he will protect you from evil. Whisper his prayers with devotion, for they will save your soul. Honor his servants, for they speak in his voice. Tremble before his majesty, for we all walk in his immortal shadow." And after that, you can hear Dorothea taking a few steps, and the creaking of the bed as she sits down.
Well, that's reassuring to my previous beliefs. And he's going to say this loud enough just so that Tarbok hears it.
Like a predator on the hunt.
As you complete one final circle on the first floor, you look behind you, and you could have sworn he wasn't there before, but you see Garros sitting on the floor as he looks with his yellow eyes.
Can I do scrutiny on that?
You sure can scrutinize the cat. Nope. Just it's a feel it. You've seen some before, but this one seems to be keeping an eye on you, though it is unsettling.
You know what? I'm gonna fade point it just for the sake of it. Hey!
Oh damn. So, as you observe the cat and look at it back, you see that it stands up and starts walking towards one of the windows and jumps up to the windowsill before jumping down.
I'm sorry, but when you said it stands up, I just imagine it stands up on its hind legs and walks over like a tiny person.
Well, he was sitting, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Well,
I mean,
to
be fair, I have seen some videos of cats walking like that, and it is as creepy as it sounds.
Yeah.
So no, it stood up as a cat stands up on four legs.
Okay. And with this investigation at its end, with one suspicion quashed, you'll go back down to where he was shown a bed and sleep.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
And with that, we return back to the city, to the village of Respite, where the rest of the warband is currently waking up from its slumber in the Fane Hall.
Tarbok did actually not sleep tonight, as he is not one for that.
Fair enough, roll toughness for me.
Were there actual beds in this?
In the Fane Hall, there were mattresses drawn out.
Ew.
Can I just say, like... Hang on a second. Okay, can I just say that Rosalina was just using one of the mattresses to rest her legs and her butt on while leaning up against the wall, just letting Riza sleep on her chest?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so yeah, she's just been holding Riza and just sleeping up against the wall.
Alrighty.
Her 2 swords next to her. Her backpack and melt-a-gun next to her as well.
2 swords?
She has 2 swords.
I thought she wasn't using Lioness.
Doesn't mean she's not carrying it.
Fair enough.
If we're just in a big hall, I assume I'm sleeping in a mattress not far from Rosalina.
Indeed. The local seed scribe that so generously let you stay brings a tray with bowls of some steaming liquid. It looks to be a broth of some kind, and starts handing it out to you 4, because the Rician isn't here.
Alma is going to take it and thank the man.
Rosalina is actually going to stay asleep for once.
I'll take some and say, politely, not genuinely, say thank you.
Indeed. The broth has a lovely it seems to be a bone broth of some description with added herbs and spices.
11 herbs and spices?
Not 11, added. And no, it's not finger-licking good.
Ha.
It is average.
We got excited there. We don't have KFCs here.
Wait, what about White Castle?
Unfortunately, no.
We got one now.
I'm pretty sure White Castle is Heresy.
Victor.
Yes?
During the night, I'm guessing the gentleman in charge of the workshop was okay with me using his equipment, right?
If you asked him to use it, then I'm pretty sure that he would have been fine with it. Although he would have locked the door behind you.
That's fine. I'm sure we worked something out. Because during the night, I wanted to fashion something.
Alrighty. So, what does Tarvok fashion at this workshop?
A pendant.
Ooh, what is it made of?
It is made of beads and with a fashion scrap metal which has been smoothed and cleaned up to form the sigil. It is the size for a child. And as he kind of goes about the town early on, he wants to search for the woman who is recently given birth.
Roll for me an inquiry test with a +10. Actually, +20.
Was it twins? If I remember.
It was twins indeed.
So it's actually 2 pendants that form together, you put them together and they form the Aquila.
Nice. That's pretty sweet.
Now where inquiry's at.
Ooh! Oh, damn!
Wow.
You don't even have it?
No. Victor, charm and inquiry, my best skill.
I mean, you keep nailing it, so they have to be.
That must be true.
Yeah. So, wait a minute, you do have it. Why is it?
What?
Yeah, you have
because
one
my fellowship
ticket.
is garbage.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Your fellowship is 26. Also, wait, your target should have been 46. Didn't I give you a +20?
You might have. I didn't put it in.
He doesn't have it trained.
I do
Yeah,
have
he
trained.
does.
I forgot I did.
Yeah, well, there you go. Oh well, I was curious about that because I know you've used it before, so there we go. But you nailed it either way. Automatic success. So, as you tickety-tick around town, you're able to ask and find that the living close to the village gate, there is a woman and her husband that have recently just become parents. And, well, I'm guessing you go there.
Indeed. Are they outside or are they inside still?
The man seems to be sitting outside in a rocking chair with a blade of grass. Actually, no, it's a hay. It's a blade of hay. No, it's
Straw of hay.
Straw of hay. Thank you. In between his teeth, as he looks at this peculiar contraption waddling up to him. Hello there, stranger.
Good evening.
Actually, it's morning.
Or good morning.
Good morning to you.
It has come to my attention that you have recently become a parent. Is that correct?
Yeah, that'd be true. What would a metal man like you want to know about that?
Only that it is proper to bestow a gift upon those who have entered the world into the Emperor's life.
True is that. Though, I'm not sure what you could give us, seeing how you have, and he points up and down at you. Not sure we might be able to use it.
And with that, he will reveal the two pendants and kind of lock them together in front of him to show him.
At this, the man rises out of his rocking chair and takes a few steps forward as he inspects the two pendants and says, must say, this is some fine handiwork.
It is said that those born together share a bond unlike anything seen. This is a representative symbolism of that bond for them to keep always.
The man scratches his chin and says, I suppose that is true, and we would be most honored to receive this fine workmanship.
And with that, he hands it over and takes it back.
The man makes the sign of the Aquila as he palms the pendant.
And with that, he kind of again bows and says, "And good morning to you, and congratulations."
Indeed. May the blessings of the Harvest Father be with you.
And the blessings of the Omnisire be upon us all.
And with that, the man nods his head and turns back and walks towards his front door, opening it, closing it, and there is that.
Yep. And Tarvok will start heading his way back towards the what's it called? The
Fane Hall.
The Fane Hall.
Yes.
And that's the...
Indeed. So, guessing that everyone except Rosalina is up when Tarvok comes back?
Rosalina is still asleep.
Indeed.
Almost
As
peacefully.
Almost. As Tarvok returns, he sees that most of the others are up and about, some sipping bone broth. Rosalina still fast asleep.
Is anyone going to wake her up?
You also notice in Rosalina's sleep, she's like rubbing her kid's head, just like down her hair and everything.
Tarvok feels an emotion towards that.
I think we should let her sleep for a while.
After the trials and tribulations that we've been through, a good night's sleep is hard to come by.
Somehow I don't think Rosalina lets herself get a lot of sleep back or when we're away from missions.
Indeed. And how are you doing, Polonia?
Thalia will look around, trying to feign content. I dreamed I was back aboard the Oath Unspoken. Waking up was a little bit of a bitter reminder of my current situation.
You long to be in your paramour's arms?
Well, ever since what I experienced, I just kind of longed for a warm bed. That's neither here nor there, though. We have a mission still.
Indeed. And as he looks at her, he kind of lifts his eyebrow and says, "You love that man, don't you?"
I'll raise an eyebrow back at Tarvok. And I care about him very deeply.
I think you two will do great things in the future.
I hope so, but we'll find out. I haven't seen him since my experience, and it definitely has been pressing on my mind.
I see. Is there anything I could do to bring you any kind of comfort, or...
No. No, I didn't think so. And thank you, Tarvok. I appreciate the offer.
He nods. He will, just for it, offer her a cup of coffee to go with her broth if she'll accept.
Coffee? What is this?
A recaf.
Thank you. Caffeine is actually acceptable too, as it describes a Venn diagram of drinks.
So, chocolate recaf. She'll take a little, and then kind of give a bitter expression as she tries to sip it down just to get some energy.
He will also offer a cup of recaf to Amma.
Amma will politely decline, but he will ask Tarvok, where is the sneaky one-eyed man? The one without his nose. I keep forgetting his name.
The one-eyed sneakster?
Tarvok will say, his name is Larisian Serena, but he is off doing recon through the night, and he has brought forth some interesting information which I will reveal once our leader has awoken.
That's quite an odd choice, sending a one-eyed man to do recon work. Isn't it better with two eyes?
One eye and a personality will get you a long way, my friend.
Personality, define that. He seems to have several.
Exactly. An actor must be able to play more than one part. A person who can only play one role has not much use in a production.
Depends.
I think Shakespeare would be rolling in his grave right now.
Well, he's dead and I'm not, so...
So, with that, some time passes, and Rosalina is either... Is anyone going to wake her, or will she wake on her own?
I'm not waking her up.
I'm not going to wake her up either. She can wake up on her own. Let her sleep.
Well, Amma is actually going to walk over and put his hand on her shoulder and gently shake it, telling her that it's time to wake up now.
And with that, she's gonna look at him. She's gonna look at him and reach for her sword really quickly as she opens her eyes and sees that her swords are no longer on her and her daughter's on her chest. Just a little bit longer.
That is okay.
And with that, she's just gonna look down at Riza.
So, while this is happening, Larisian wakes up, and let's just hop right over. As he wakes up, he finds
The ash and dust.
no.
He wipes his brow and sweats the rust.
He breathes in the chemicals.
Okay, continue.
Serious time. Serious time now. As you wake up, you hear commotion up top, as it seems that Dorothea is up and about and stoking the fireplace.
Oh, okay. When you said commotion, I thought something was happening.
Well, no, it's just gentle commotion, not the capital C commotion.
Okay. In that case, he'll rise from the bed, put his hat on, and then go up to the main area.
Indeed.
Good morning. What's her name? It's
Dorothea.
I didn't mean the title.
The title? She doesn't actually have one. She's more of a charity than anything else.
Okay, so she wouldn't be like a seed scribe or anything?
She used to be one, but not anymore, at least to what you found out.
Okay, well then he'll just come up. Good morning, ma'am Dorothea.
Oh, please. Hey, we'll do just fine. I am no one's mamselle.
Very well. Then he'll just incline his head to her respectfully. I trust the night fed you well.
It did. I slept wonderfully. It was nice knowing that there was someone else around just in case something went poorly.
Well, then I'm honored that I can give you such reassurance.
Indeed. I'm about to heat up some porridge. Would you care to join me?
Oh no, I'm perfectly fine. I wouldn't trouble you that much.
You didn't eat last night. Are you sure you're not hungry?
Oh yes, I'm positive. I'm able to go long times without eating. Well, I'm one to fast.
Roll for me a toughness test.
Oh boy.
You said it, not me.
No, it's fine. Oh boy.
Oh boy, roll for me 1d5.
Oh boy. You're just gonna conk out.
No, I'm gonna give you fatigue because
Yeah, I know.
you're about to run out of energy, boy.
Okay, sorry, okay. Sorry, I was having a problem with my thing. Oh boy, 4 fatigue. That's lovely.
Yeah, I actually want to see. Let's see. You have now 4 fatigue. This will half your weapon skill, ballistic skill, intelligence, perception, and fellowship. Everything else is fine. So keep that in mind, that until you rest or eat, you're going to be severely hampered.
Lovely.
Indeedio. I mean, you have gone now almost, what, a day, maybe more, without eating?
It's only... Yeah, I guess it has been.
Yeah, I think it has been a day since you ate last. So, you, as Larisian says his words, his stomach betrays him by giving off an unholy grumbling.
And when that happens, I'll just look over to Taya. Just...
She hides a smile. Would you reconsider my offer?
I think perhaps I shall.
All right, you can take a seat or lie down. It should be ready within moments.
I think I might actually step out and get a bit of fresh air first.
Of course. And
that is something I do enjoy about this world.
Yes, it is a throne-blessed world indeed.
He'll
And-
bow his head, make the sound of the equivalent, step out.
She makes the half sign, and as you walk out the door, dunk. And as you stand on the steps of Dorothea's pilgrims' rest, let's call it that, you see that the sun is the sun seems to have gone up into this. The sun seems to have risen some distance into the sky, although it is somewhat cloudy outside today. So, no, the wind does not seem to have picked up yet. It is a lovely breeze.
Okay. Once he's outside, he'll try and go over microbead to Tarvok. Would I know if I was even within range?
I'm guessing you're like taking a few steps away from the house, so that you can be aware. Let's just say that you're currently standing on that bridge.
Okay.
So as you open up the microbead, and you hear, actually, is Tarvok, is your microbead currently on?
Usually, just for reference, my microbead is always on unless otherwise stated.
Alrighty. You can, Larisian, you can hear Tarvok and the others chatting about about trivial things, but you can definitely hear them. The signal seems to have cleared up a bit.
Now, this isn't Marician's strong suit, but I'm gonna roll logic.
Alrighty.
Just to try and figure out if the house has any form of effect. Or if it is just distance. No idea.
No. And that target should have been even lower due to the fact that your intelligence is cut in half due to fatigue.
You gotta be like Rosalina and roll logic.
And she fails worse.
I know, I just find that amusing. I gotta get trained logic.
Oh, okay, so yeah, then I wouldn't have even been able to pass, even, yeah.
You would have been, you can always succeed. It's just a matter of rolling low enough. So Larisian, ever the novice in the arts of the Omnissiah secrets, has a few ideas rolling around in his head and decides that he is completely incapable of deciding if any of them are true at all.
However, pickle might be in the words.
So, as you, I'm guessing you're contacting Tarvok now.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, Tarvok. I'm assuming everybody's awake, or people still awakening.
We're still going through morning routine.
Well, nothing really seems out of place, and that, I'll be honest, that slightly worries me. But it could also be reassuring at the same time. If that makes any sense to you.
I mean, everything is a factor when you boil it down to math.
Yeah. The only odd thing here is that feel it. Looking at it, terrifying.
As soon as you mention that Felid, I'm guessing Larisian is like pacing back and forth.
No, he's going to be sitting on, like, you see where he's going to be sitting here.
Right there. As soon as you mention the Felid, you look to the side and you can see over here that the Felid is now sitting on the bridge end, and it's still looking at you.
He's just going to look at the cat and just have a very, like, kind of expression on his face that makes any sort of sense. But, yeah. It always seems to be watching. Sorry, I
mean,
just knocked something over.
Animals are territorial. Perhaps it's just making sure that you mean its master no harm.
Perhaps, but I don't know.
Victor,
Yes.
can I roll either common or scholastic lore? I don't know which one to be, to fauna? To figure out if felids are a natural occurring species on the...
You can, and I'll even give you a +10.
That's a plus 30 in all.
Think that's an auto success? No, not
No,
quite.
'cause- No.
Oh yeah, never mind. Oh yeah, some of them you almost auto succeed. Yeah, you as you go through your limited database on Nova Bella, you are aware that while they are not native to the planet, there is a high degree of chance that someone may have brought a felid, a breeding pair, to Nova Bella in the past, and and from there they have procreated.
So,
An invasive species is what I'm getting at.
so seeing them would not be cause for any kind of...
Alarm, no.
Yeah, there'd have to be like 7 to 10 of them to come down.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
A crazy cat lady came to the planet at some point.
and then everything got out of control, so I'm like...
Deploy the drop cats.
Although, I will take a note to ask either Rosalina or... what's it called? Or Polonia to go over it with their psychic presence. Or if not, run through it with the... what's the device I got called?
A theroscope.
The aetherscope.
I'll roll a Sinus.
Well,
I mean, we won't
when we
sense
get
it from
there.
here.
Oh, right. Yeah, we
Yeah,
should go walk over to it.
Yeah, it's a bit further away.
Oh.
So,
At this
however-
point, Rosalina's
go ahead.
actually... At this point, Rosalina is actually, like, getting up, and she looks at her child, still resting, and just goes, Riza, it's time to get up.
as you say so, Riza's anti-grav motor kicks into gear. Oh, excuse me. Oh, for some reason I'm burping a lot.
First.
Riza's grav motor kicks into gear, and with the familiar hum, flies up, hovers up into to eye level.
I'm just gonna give her a smile as I begin to stand up and grab both line. Well, first I'm gonna grab Sacrifice and put it in the above holster, and then I'm gonna grab Lioness and just look at it for a second, and just hold the sword still in its sheath, and then put it in the lower one. Then put my backpack on and look over at the team. What's the situation?
First of all, you might want to eat something.
Rosalina's gonna look at the food. Well, what they consider food. Yes.
As you look over the food, you actually hear the seed scribe shouting from down the hall. I do have some cereal too, if you wish to have it.
And at that, I'm gonna smile and just be like, yes.
Indeed. At that, he arrives with a bowl of crushed wheat and some Grox milk.
Hey, Victor. Can I make a... cornflakes. Sorry, that was good. Can I ask for some additional to make a ration pack?
Some additional?
Yes.
Cereal, you mean?
Yeah, for the cereal. Can I make a ration pack out of it? Essentially,
he-
what I'm asking is, can I pour some of that cereal into, not like just the dry cereal, into a Ziploc bag and just clip it and keep it in my bag?
I figured you were like making like some makeshift granola bar or something, like where
Yeah.
you just
Roll for me a charm. Plus 20.
This way, I have food.
There you go. And he bids you to follow him into the small kitchen area that he has, and he shows you a bag which contains all of his crushed grain.
Does he have any type of, like, nuts or anything? Don't make a joke out of that.
Heyo. No, he's a eunuch.
Oh my god.
oh dear.
No, I'm kidding. He's perfectly fine. He looks to you and says, hold on, and he opens up one of the cupboards and grabs what appears to be a glass jar and hands it to you. We usually have these as the agri-harvest sodality doesn't pick these up. And we like to hand them out to the kids as they come to Fane Hall. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must ring the morning bell.
Thank you. And with that, I'm going to mix them up and make... How many ration packs can I make out of this?
Roll 1d5 for me.
Here's a d6. If it's 6, I'll reroll.
And you can get 4 ration packs out of it.
Wait, hold on. As she's doing that, Tarvok will offer his assistance because he actually has trade.
Roll for me, trade cook. Let's see if you can up these.
Yay, ration packs.
Nice. Indeed. Tarvok is able to double it.
Nice. And
With
do
some-
these weigh anything?
With some... What was that?
Do these weigh anything?
Hold on, let me actually check something, because I don't remember how much a ration
Sack of
pack weighs.
granola?
Hold on. I want to see if they actually have weight in the rulebook. Let me see... Gear... Wait a minute, where
For 8
was
granola
the-
bars.
Where would the ration pack be?
Uh,
Here we go. Drugs and consumables. There we go. Ration pack. Oh damn! I'm actually going to say that all of them are like all 8 are 2 kilograms together.
So is that just 0.2?
No, it's 2.
Ironically, that puts me over by 1.
What?
Would you like the pack spider Tarvok to carry them?
To be fair, she is carrying a lot of stuff.
So am I, but I'm also a spider.
Yeah.
Let's see what I can drop really quickly.
I mean, I can carry. I still have 48 pounds
They're
available.
1.5. Oh, this
That's
would
the
actually
thing.
be less.
I'm actually looking at the stuff she has. There's not much that she can drop.
Yeah, there is.
There is?
My melta-cells. Well, not drop, but give to Tarvok. So
Oh, yeah.
I'll give 4
They're
to
act-
Tarvok.
Do you have any empty ones by any chance?
I don't. Unless you directly say you pick them up, then you don't.
So let's see.
So- I'm guessing she doesn't.
No, I discard them.
Wouldn't those be canisters?
Yeah, they're cells.
I'm gonna rename to canisters, just because I'm a guy like that.
No, they're melta-cells.
Melta canisters. There we go.
Melta clips, thank you.
They're not clips. God damn it.
They're melta-cells.
Welcome to your monthly Sister of Battle magazine, the Melta magazine.
I just need to figure out what's 1.5 times 5.
Hold on. Get a calculator. Truly, this is now a real role-playing game.
7.5.
Yeah,
Okay, there you go.
thank you. And that should give me a few extra weight. Yes, it does. All right, with
There
that,
you
I'm
go.
going to hand over 4 Meltacells to Tarvok.
Right. Tarlock will be ammo mule.
Alrighty. I probably shouldn't have done that. I should, because I'm going right back to here. So, as Lorisian sits on the bridge with the cat's eyes staring at him, I need you to make an awareness with a plus 40.
Oh boy. Watch, even with the plus 40, I'm going to fail.
You have lots of fate points. Use them.
See? See?
That's what fate points are for.
Updating it.
Okay.
There we go. You made that, but you forgot the plus 40, but it's fine. So, as you are chatting with Tarvok and glancing over at the cat, you hear from the other side, so like coming from
Hello
over
from
here,
the other side.
you can see what appears to be a group of travelers they all seem to be wearing dark brown robes with a bit of rope tied around their waist. Their hoods are over their heads, and you can only see the faint outline of their chins, which seem to be bear a healthy tan. Actually, let me figure out how many of them there are. There's 11. A group of 11 wanderers.
There were 12 beds downstairs, weren't there?
24, actually.
Oh, okay. Just saying, because, yeah, weird thought came to mind. But alright. I'm gonna do... Would it be awareness or scrutiny on them? Just to see if they would have... See if they would be like normal pilgrims or just be something else.
Noble pilgrims? Define, please.
I said normal.
Oh, normal. My bad. Normal pilgrims. That would be scrutiny. So roll for me scrutiny against your perception. I'll even give you a plus 10.
Oh, I haven't eaten yet, so yeah. Lovely.
We'll see. It depends on how close you are. Actually, that would have made it still.
Okay.
Yeah. So, as you examine these pilgrims, you can see that they, much like the tithe pilgrims that you saw earlier with the caravan, they seem to be carrying flails, and their demeanor and clothing seem to indicate them as quote-unquote normal pilgrims.
Oh boy, a bunch of flagellants. Where's Volkmar the Grim at? Anyway.
He's busy holding back chaos, thank you very much. Some say he never sleeps. So, as this parade of pilgrims approaches Dorothea's house, one of them ascends the ladder, and you see him knocking on the door. A few moments later, Thea appears in the door, and after exchanging a few words that you are unfortunately unable to hear, however, if you wish, you can attempt to lip read, because that's special use of awareness.
Oh boy, alright. Yeah, sure, why not? Alright.
Oh snap! You would have made that even with the minus. You can see. Unfortunately, you can only see Thea's lips because the other one's is obscured by his hood. But it seems that Thea is asking them some very simple questions, i.e., where they came from, if they need a place to stay, and that sort of thing. Very close to the line of questioning that she asked you. However, as She seems to be satisfied with the answers as she opens the door, and the train of pilgrims, one by one, ascend up and into the house.
Alright, with that, he'll watch them go in, and once the last one goes in, he's gonna look over to the cat. Has the cat gotten any closer?
No, the cat has currently gone away. It's missing.
It's gone. Lovely.
It's gone. It must have snuck away while you were watching the pilgrims.
That's lovely. Well, since it's gone, he'll essentially click twice on the microbead, not risking saying anything more, and then he'll go back to the house.
Indeed. As you ascend the stairs, I'm guessing you're just letting yourself in. The door has never been locked.
Yeah.
As you enter, you can see that the cast iron pot over the fireplace seems to be bubbling with lovely smelling porridge.
He'll take a seat out of the way and just watch and wait.
You note that none of the pilgrims that you saw seem to be up here, as all of them seem to have most likely have descended down into the bunk room and are no doubt resting, praying, doing what they do.
Okay, seeing this, he's just going to do his normal little check to make sure he has all of his things, since nobody's here, right?
Actually, Taya, no, there's currently no one there. Taya must be down there showing them their place. She knows their place.
Ha.
Ha.
Okay. Well then, yeah, he'll just do a quick check of himself just to make sure he has everything, and then essentially just sit and wait and, well, keep an ear out. So I'm assuming another awareness test.
Go for it.
Cool. Nope. How many do I have? I'm gonna reroll, just cause. Nah.
No. Unfortunate. So, as Lorisian takes his seat, you can see Taya arrive from the circle staircase, and she gives you a slight nod as she moves towards the fireplace with two bowls and fills them up.
He'll return the nod with a warm smile.
She hands you one and sits down opposite to you as you eat your porridge in quiet. Now let's actually let's do some quote unquote dramatic scene changes. After a few minutes of quiet eating, Taya looks up to you and says, hold on, you gave your fake name, right?
Yeah, Uruk Thessalar, as I always do.
Yeah, okay, just making sure. I forget most of the time how you introduce yourself. So, she says, Ulrich?
Yes?
The leader of the group that I just showed in, he said the strangest things.
Such as what?
He said there was a group of people coming to take me away?
At that, his face is just going to become slightly perplexed.
Are you trying to hide it?
No.
Actually, no, you wouldn't, my bad. I was thinking it was a reaction. Keep going.
Yeah. Well, it is a slight reaction as well, just because, yeah.
Yeah.
But did he describe the people at all?
No, just he wouldn't say. I asked him further, but he had no further answers. I'm worried.
As am I. It would be a shame for, well, someone such as yourself to be taken away. Do you have? Did he mention when they might be coming?
No, nothing like that. It was most peculiar. It was an ominous warning, I suppose, but that is... She drifts off into silence, thinking on this. I don't know.
Well then, I'll promise you this much. I will stay here until until such people come. And if need be, I will do as I need to do.
Oh, thank you, Ulrich.
Of course.
And she lifts up her bowl before continuing to eat. And then we will jump right back here. So, the rest of the warband was... Rosalina had just asked what the situation was, and I don't
And made granola bars.
And made granola bars.
And made granola bars. So, I'm guessing the warband is gathering somewhere secluded?
Quite so.
Indeed. And as we reach the location, Tarwalk will kind of pull out his multi-compass and show the map point on the map where Larician is located and said, thanks to Larician's recon, there is a priory not too far from here. It won't be a long and arduous journey, where he says a woman and a what is it? A
Felid.
Felid. A woman and a Felid live alone. He claims he has uneasy feelings around there, but could just be superstition or intuition. I'm not sure. And so I think we should ride out there at once.
Out of character, real quick. Did I overhear with my microbeat in the last conversation Larician had?
Were you listening specifically to it?
Sort of.
Then yes.
I'm gonna look up at the warband itself and just say this with the microbeat on and everything. Those men may have warned her of our coming. Maybe they fear that we are the ones taking them away. Taking her away.
Perhaps.
Well, they might be a little bit more cooperative when we reassure them that we're not.
Does this person bear any interest in anybody else?
I'm guessing you're asking Larician that?
I'm asking everybody that.
I don't think anyone can answer that.
I'd say you hear a double click from Larician.
Is a double click a yes or a no?
It's a yes.
It would be it'd be a yes.
Fair enough.
We'll meet up with him. And
Actually, roll for me a stealth test, Noble, because you have to disguise that as your itchy ear.
Oh boy.
just jabs himself in the eye.
The other good eye. Oh boy. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh damn, her perception is that good.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah, she does have like plus 10 in awareness. Yeah, she's not too bad at this. Yeah, she, as you scratch your ear, you can see Taya pause right before, give a momentary pause before continuing to eat. Although she does not comment on what you just did. Alright, keep going.
This woman holds little to no interest in me. But it appears that Larician has some interest in her. Perhaps a lead, perhaps something else. But the domestic matters of this planet are not up for our discretion. We are to just continue with our mission. I want to find this living saint person.
You don't think this woman can give us any information on that?
Liversian, do you believe that this woman can give us any information on that, or have you asked them?
Single click.
Yeah, there would be a single click. Actually, he's gonna cover this one as just him clearing his throat, one.
Fair enough.
It would appear that she has no leads to us.
Well, then you're right. We should just move on.
To where?
We know the landing location, don't we?
Or he can just, ask.
That is a fair point. Sometimes the best approaches are direct. Liversian, would you be so kind as to ask these men and that woman about the living saint?
And when you say that, Lewison's just gonna slowly chew what he was, and then after swallowing, look over to Taya. Tell me, I've heard tell of a living saint on this world.
What? Taya looks at you and says, "What?"
As I said, I heard of one.
I can't say that I have. I'm not sure that I could. No, I don't know if there is.
That's odd. I heard that when I came here.
Well, I don't think I am.
Wait. That wording. Question her on that.
What do you mean by you don't think you are?
Oh, It's just that, there have been, some, well, it's nothing. Some people have called me a saint for, rescuing them when they were almost gone from the beaten path. It's more of a kindness, nothing else.
How did she rescue them?
I was... all these things you keep asking me to say,
I'm just imagining Rosalina's like on the microbead, like, do this, now!
Yeah. You rescued them when they were off the beaten path, you say. What manner was that? Was it counsel or prayer?
No, they were hungry, and I brought them here to eat.
I see. Well,
they called me a saint sent by the Emperor. It was nothing.
Well, as I've seen in all my days, there is one truth of it all. The Emperor works in mysterious ways, my dear.
I know, though I'm sure he wouldn't spare me a single thought.
And yet here you stand. And you've already said that this place has remained untouched by tithe bandits. They simply stay away, as you said.
Well, I don't receive enough of the rations that are dispersed out from the sodality, so I guess they don't see this as a worthy enough target.
How does she have enough rations to feed the hungry, but not enough rations to attract thieves?
Well, if you don't mind me asking, if that's the case, then how do you stay in a steady supply of food for the weary and tired.
I usually get the throwaways, the runoff from the harvest. Actually, I forget, did I give the seed scribe in this little village a name?
You did. Can't
I
remember
did,
it, though.
and I think I forgot it. Crap. Well, she mentions the name of the local seed scribe that the rest of the warband is currently staying with, and says he usually comes here once a week, carrying what little he can give up.
And he himself gets no quarrel.
And
Go ahead.
well, and he is able to make the trek.
Yeah, he is a quite hardier than he looks.
Something here rings untrue.
Sorry, what was said? Everything went really robotic.
Oh, she answered with, he's hardier than he looks. And Rosalina commented that something rings untrue.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, as I said, everything went robotic. Well,
Right.
that's intriguing.
As soon as the word leaves Larician's lips, you can hear a metal chain unfurl and a thunk as a ball hits the floor, and you can see and you look towards the top of the circular staircase, and you can see one of the pilgrims seems to have drawn his flail, and and waving it back and forth on the floor as it makes a scratching sound. I told you, they are coming to take you away, my dear.
Larison's just gonna look at the man. Who is coming?
And he looks at you and says, you are one of them, are you not? One of the Outlanders.
I'm not of this world, but I've come here merely seeking refuge.
He lies. Rumors have spread of him and his ilk having run all over Recompense as they are searching for someone. No one has said what, but I am sure you're after the Saint. And at this, Dorothea steps up and shouts, "Stop it! This is just a weary wanderer. He came here for rest and respite." The pilgrim seems taken aback at this and says, Please don't let them take you. You are a boon upon this world, a sign of the Harvest Father."
At that, Larison's just going to look between him and slowly turn his gaze to Dorothea before taking his hat off and setting it. He's not going to say anything, he's just going to watch her slightly.
At this, Thea looks over at Laricine and says, "Is it true?"
No, not entirely.
No, as she's asking Larician if what the man is saying is true.
That he's here to try and take her away, or that she's a boon upon the world, and aside from the Harvest Father?
That they're going to take her away.
At that, I'm going to do a stealth test, but this is more just him hiding his own reaction.
That would be a deceive.
Would it be a deceive? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, at this, he'll see her. She'll see his. I can speak. She'll see his face become slightly troubled.
Hold on, actually, I have to roll her scrutiny.
Okay.
Yeah, she made it.
Well, if I'm to be entirely honest with you, I am unsure. But as I told you, if it's unnecessary, it's unnecessary. And I'll do what's in my power to, well, help you.
Taya looks confused at this, and the pilgrim says, "See? They're going to judge you, and then carry you off. Don't let them."
He's just going to turn his gaze over to the man and fold his hands over his hat in his lap. Do you even know of what you speak, boy?
Yes, I speak of matters of faith, and I know that the Harvest Father has given me a task to make sure that she is safe from any who would rob her away.
I can promise you this. We're not going to rob her away. And he's going to say this very stern.
This sounds like an intimidate against your willpower.
Against willpower.
Oh yeah, also, roll for me a 1d5 again.
Slash for a 1d5. Oh boy.
You lose 1 fatigue. So
Okay.
at least none of your stats are currently being halved because you only have 3 fatigue.
Oh boy, that's good. Okay.
Yeah, that's something.
Sorry, I cannot find intimidate. Okay, there it is.
Alright, actually need to grab a sheet.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Hold on. This is an
Okay.
opposed test. This is his willpower. So let's see. I have to open up Nova Bella. There it is. Sheet. And boop. No, he fails. And at that, the hooded pilgrim says, You better not you better not take her, Outlander, or we will track you down. Mark my words, not a soul on Nova Bella will not a soul on Nova Bella will. I'm actually not sure how to phrase this. He says this will not go unheard. Let's just put it like that.
You have my word.
All
As much as that would matter to you.
All have heard heard the tale of the Bell of Lost Souls. She will stay.
Alright, so we have to take this woman. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I realized like halfway through that conversation that like, oh, they're right, we are totally taking her.
Yeah.
I'll get the mana.
If only people didn't know about you, subtlety can be such a B word.
I mean, technically, oh no, I was seeing because at the end of bushes. Alright, never mind.
I mean, we were totally not noticed as I
No.
came down in power armor.
Only by everyone. It's not like people can like point you out at a lineup.
Talking about a Corvus Blackstar on a farm world? Come on now.
Yeah,
Come
those are obviously just grain lifters. Don't worry.
Swamp gas.
It's turning the frogs gay.
Oh no.
I'm done, I promise.
Okay. In that case, I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure that once that whole conflict started, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that Rosalina told everyone to move out and get going.
I was just about to, actually.
Yeah, just that I can give you a slight heads up and that you can double time it.
Charbark will offer the handles on his bookshelf if anyone wants to take the fast.
Right. That's right.
We're gonna have
Yeah.
to move to give him some reinforcements. These people may attack him. Also, I need to question this woman myself.
Let's Try not to throw her out of a plane.
You're right. How many people do you think their militia could raise up?
Quite a bit if we don't do this right.
Not enough.
No. But we cannot kill those who are loyal to the Imperium.
Agreed. Let's be cautious. We don't want any unneeded bloodshed.
Indeed. As time goes by, the conversation between the three ends, and the man returns back down the circular staircase. Taya takes her bowl and takes herself into the furthest away window of her house, furthest away from Larician, and stands there back to him.
Menacingly.
She seems... Well, how can you menace someone with your back?
Like a super swole back, no?
Larissa,
Well,
she doesn't believe you. You gotta charm test her. So she'll never believe you.
No. Oh, but yeah.
Come on, no-nose, tiny purple people eater, you got this.
Oh my goodness.
In any case, before Larician stands up, the group of pilgrims all file up out of the circular staircase and head straight for the door, and all of them exit. As the last one is about to leave, he turns to Taya and gives her the sign of the Aquila and whispers something to her. If you would like to roll an awareness test, Nooble, you can do so with a +10.
Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, you made it. So, you hear him whisper faintly that the faithful of the Harvest Father will come to her aid, and he then leaves. And the door slams shut.
After they leave, Larician's just going to set his hat on the table, stand up, and walk over to her. I do apologize, Taya, for not being entirely forthcoming with you.
No, I forgive you. There is nothing to apologize for.
But I did give you my word that I would keep you as safe as I could. And I
Yes.
intend to keep that.
And I believe you when you say that. Though, there is much that I have to think about. For instance, everything you've told me so far. Are you from Tarsus 9?
No.
Well, you must be from somewhere.
I am. But where doesn't matter, it's far from here. I have, however, been to Tarsus. It was, as I described it.
Filled with greenskins, if I remember correctly.
Now, yes.
Did they win?
Yes.
That's good. And the Emperor was with them. At this point, enough time has passed that the rest of the warband has hoofed through the countryside and has finally reached the... What did you call it, Knight? A priory?
That's what I called it.
I don't know what that word means. I am confused by it.
Okay, so priory it is.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna Google it real quick. Priory. It is a monastery of men or women under religious vows that is headed by a prior or a prioress. It works.
I forgot what you called it.
Yeah, it's Pilgrim's Rest. That's what I called it. It's a good word. It works. So, as the rest of the warband approaches the bridge leading over to Tea's house, well, at least you recognize to be that, let's actually...
Tarvak,
Yes, my lady.
I need you to survey the area. See if that place appears to be closer to this, the one I had in my vision.
Roll for me an awareness, Tarvak.
Actually, I was gonna ask. Look at Rosanna. Rosanna, with your permission, would you allow me access to your silver skull to get an aerial view?
And at that, I'm going to look at Longing, the servo skull that has the, the
Auger
utility
array.
one.
Auger array.
Yep. I'm going to look at that one and just be like, of course.
And I will connect it to my datapad and my internal cogitator and kind of...
The second you
Right.
connect it, I'm just going to be like, don't go through it.
Only what is necessary.
Thank
And
you.
with that, he will send it up to kind of give a 360 view around to see if there's any geographical descriptions based on what she had. Does it give me any bonuses to my awareness?
Plus 20 for the skull.
Indeed.
I hope somebody gets the joke about that.
Ooh,
I did.
I'm going to
Fate
reroll.
point? Yeah.
Ooh.
Ah, the chat did.
As the skull
Wait.
goes up... Oh,
Wait.
sorry?
I forgot to throw in a bonus.
Which bonus?
I guess would my bionic eye come into play on that one?
Actually, it would, seeing how you're looking through the skull.
Yeah, 'cause best quality baleful eye. So yeah, I actually did pass the first one.
There you go. Never mind. So, fate point returned. Alright, so, as you send the skull up into the sky, you can see that there is passing similarity. Some of the geographic features don't quite line up, but as far as psyker visions go, this might be it. Though the house was missing from the vision.
Could you give me a percentage?
Oof. Hold on, let me... About an 81%, 0.333, repeating, of course.
And I you hear the skull lowers back into your retinue, and I look at you and say, analysis complete. Matching description with geographical observation. Conclusion, a 83.3333. Recalculating. Repeating. Percent match.
Not enough for me. I'll question this woman.
Peacefully.
As the rest of the warband approaches closer to the house, you can see on one of the branches of the tree behind the house, there's the feelet sitting. It seems to be cleaning its brown fur. And from the front window, right here, you can see, well, all of you can see if you look up, the outline of the woman that Larician described. And she seems to notice you too, as she steps to the side and opens the door to get a better look. Larician, you can hear them talking through the microbead and make pretty easy guess that they're here.
Yeah.
The question is, how does Rafen react to the cat?
Raf actually goes up here on the highest branch, and he seems to be trying to maneuver himself directly above it, and the cat is staring up at him again, against him.
Tell your bird not to attack that thing.
The He does not attack anything. He only sees.
However, as you say this, Raph seems to attempts to drop a bird dropping on top of the cat, but the cat is wise to it and jumps out of the tree with a slight whine. Whee!
And that was...
I have no idea.
Establishing dominance.
With that, I'm just gonna sigh and just be like, control your animal.
I have never seen him done that before.
Well, if this is a living, or if she is a saint, she keeps interesting company.
Polonia, I need you to get into a sniper's position.
Can I scan the area and see if there's like a tree or something I could climb up in?
Yes, you can. Roll for me an awareness, plus 20.
Oh.
The area around here seems, well, not fit for... There doesn't seem to be enough vegetation on the trees to hide you very well. However, there are hills close by that you could ascend to get a better view of the place.
I'll head off that way. I'll actually pull out the sniper rifle. But I'll also pull out the hunting rifle, and I'll have, like, my pistol.
Fair... Wait, you pull out both?
No, I'll have the pistols on my belt so that I can quick draw them, whereas I have the hunting rifle and the sniper rifle. Well, I'd have the hunting rifle over my back, and I'm holding the sniper rifle.
Perfect. So, in that case, the rest of you that are standing near the, in front of the house, you can hear as the woman calls out and says, "Hello, can I help you?"
I'm just gonna look at her. She doesn't have the makings to be a living saint, but I could possibly be wrong. Hello, my name is Rosalina.
Ama is going to take a bow and say that his name is Ama.
Sorry about that. You were saying, babe?
Oh, I said, hello, my name is Rosalina. And then Amma introduced himself as well.
Ah, fair enough. She gives you the sign of the Aquila and says, "I'm Dorothea, but you can call me Thea just fine. If any of you are hungry, I have some food if you want."
I wouldn't mind.
I've come to talk to you.
Oh, at this, when Rosalina says this, Thea looks back inside at Larician with a worried look in her eyes.
He'll just nod his head to her.
And then she turns back and says, of course, please, come in."
Yes. Amma, stay by my side. Tarvok,
Yes.
survey the area. Check for weaknesses in the structure in case breaching is needed.
Tarvok looks at the building. Just based off of relation, this building looks like a good blow would probably pierce any part of it, right, Big?
That is true. Maybe not the foundations of it. That would probably need something higher explosive, but the rest seems to have been built out of non-STC construction. It's not a prefab, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Polonia,
Yes.
once you check that any nest could be empty, I want you to return to the house with us.
Understood. There's not a lot out here, Rosalina. There's not a lot of shrubbery, and there's not much to say. I don't really see anyone out here.
Speaking of that, roll an awareness with a plus 20.
And as I look at the house, I want to do something.
Yes, you were saying?
I'm going to reach out with my Sinisians.
Well, I might as well try that.
Yeah, Nurgle demands. So, a strange thing happens when Rosalina... when you reach out with your psychic sense, you do not sense any psychic ability as you've come to recognize it in almost every psyker that you've sensed so far. However, what you do feel is a burning sense of faith and passion radiating from Thea.
Is it the same feeling that I felt before?
It is similar, however, to call it anything close to what you felt before, this is the most minuscule part of that.
And at that, I'm just going to take a deep breath and just go on the microbead.
Wait, you're standing in front of her, right?
I thought she was standing on the doorway and we're walking up.
Yeah, well, you're almost there. Are you
Okay,
sure?
I'm not going to say anything then. I'm just going to take a deep
Fair
breath
enough.
and look at her and smile.
Fair enough. So, she lets you into the room, into the first floor of her house. You can see some chairs set around, way more than she could ever need. However, in the back, you see Larician lounging.
No, he'd be standing.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
You see Larician standing in a corner.
Ah, I see you keep your garbage in the corner. Sorry, that was out of character.
Also, it was mean to Noble.
I'm sorry.
Just gonna go cry now.
In the corner with the garbage.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna look at her. And I'm gonna actually be smiling and I'm gonna signal Riza and the servo skulls to come closer.
When Riza and the skulls fly in, Thea seems captivated by them, and she holds out one hand, and Riza approaches.
I'm gonna watch.
As Riza flies about arm's length away from Thea, Thea takes one of Riza's hands and holds it between her palms, and she seems to close her eyes and mouth a prayer. She lets her go, and Riza flies back to Rosalina.
I'm gonna roll an awareness test, trying to figure out what that prayer was.
I am going to do the same thing.
Alrighty.
I will walk back to the house.
Any modifiers, Vicky?
No modifier. Let's see, hold on. I only close this. Alma makes it, Rosalina make it. You both recognize that she seems to have said the beginning of the Fed Imperialis, which is Aspiritu Dominatus Domini Libra Nos, though she didn't take it any further than that.
I'm gonna continue the prayer.
Alma is going to do the same thing.
As you do, I'm guessing you both of you do this out loud and in sync?
Yeah, sort of.
Yes.
When she sees you do this, her eyes go wide and she says, "Who are you people?" And
I'm just
as she asks, she actually looks at Larician again, seeing how he's been here for some time.
He's not really gonna say anything. He's just gonna kind of just have a uncharacteristically stony face.
Fair enough. Once she sees that, once Taya sees that she's not getting any answer out of Larician, she turns back to, hold on, it would be just Amma and Rosalina. And I'm gonna say that Polonia then shows up at the end of the prayer.
Actually, Larician will say something. He'll kind of approach a little with his cane. Yeah. And he'll just kind of look over to Rosalina and raise an eyebrow. Friends?
Actually, can I read the prayer?
Can you read the prayer?
Yeah, I actually know it.
Go. I mean, if you know it, you can just say it without having to read it.
Well, I have it up just so I can read it too, so I don't mess it up.
Under one condition.
Yeah?
That you don't say the typo.
Oh, so it's
Lightning and the tempest, please.
Yeah, okay. When she says, E spiritus dome libera nos, I'm gonna look at her, tilt my head, and say, from the lightning and the tempest, our Emperor delivers us. From plague, temptation, and war, our Emperor delivers us. From the scourge of the kraken, our Emperor delivers us. From the blasphemy of the fallen, our Emperor delivers us. From the begetting of the demons, our Emperor delivers us. From the curse of the mutant, our Emperor delivers us. E morte perpetua dome libera nos. That thou wouldest bring them only death, that thou shalt spare none, that thou shouldn't pardon none. We beseech thee, destroy them.
At the end of the prayer, during the prayer, you can see that during the Our Emperor Deliver Us, Taya wordlessly echoed the prayer.
And at that, I'm just gonna have like a almost dumbfounded face, just looking at her, and just been like, "You are a woman of the church, aren't you?"
I used to be.
Used to. What happened?
I couldn't serve the faithful anymore. Everywhere I looked, I saw doubt and disbelief. Their faith did not burn as strong as mine.
No. No, it didn't.
So I came here in order to help those that truly needed the Emperor's blessing.
You offered us food once we arrived.
I did?
And I'm gonna open my bag, and she can actually see the meltagun on the side of it. And
She has no reaction to it.
I'm gonna reach inside and grab the foodstuffs that I made earlier and offer them to her.
Oh no, please. I have enough for myself and any other. You don't have to.
I must insist.
All right, I'll keep them with the rest.
And I'm gonna bow my head slightly and take those out of my inventory.
I guess that's an appropriate time for me to step in.
Yes.
I'll open the door after Rosalina finishes talking to Tay. And unless you say anything to me, I'll just nod and step away. And just be there.
I'm just gonna nod at you.
So, I was warned earlier that a group of strangers would come and carry me away. Are you that group of strangers?
We are a group of strangers, I'll give you that. Take you away is not my intention. Protecting you is.
She looks go ahead, Newell.
Oh, I was just going to say, at that, Larissa would have a slightly relieved look on his face. Ever so slight. Like, I think only people that are familiar with him would really pick up on it.
Most of the warband.
Yeah.
So, at this, she says, I don't understand. What is going on?
Let's just call it an investigation, Miss Taya.
Am I under investigation?
No. Not you. You're an
No?
anomaly.
Did I do something wrong?
No. Quite the opposite. Which is why you drew our interest.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
When we come down to a planet to do these types of investigations, we usually find those unfaithful. Never somebody quite like you. I had to see you with my own eyes. Bear witness to what you have done.
I've only done what the Emperor demands.
Have you heard his words? And I don't mean from a preacher.
Oh, be right back.
Oh, well, this is an inconvenient time now, isn't it?
Quite so.
So, Alexis, do you think she's a saint?
Oh, maybe.
Let me rephrase this in a way that's more appropriate to those who follow the Empire. Do you believe she's a saint?
Yes.
A saint, yes. A living saint, no. There is a difference between the two.
Yep.
But somebody this faithful is such a... Oh, that's... I don't know where to take this, like...
It seconds me.
Hey!
Praise Slanesh.
Shush your face, you demon!
Perhaps we need to ask her about that guy that we threw out of...
No, we probably shouldn't bring him up. Because we brought him down earlier.
We?
I blame you.
I was told to shush when I was interjecting.
That is true. I did shoot him and then let him drop to his inevitable death.
Yeah, you didn't throw him. He didn't have a chance to spread his wings and fly.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Okay. So...
Where do we leave off?
I just asked her if she heard the Emperor's words and not through a preacher. Or Vox.
No, I can't say that I have. I pray to him, and I'd like to think that he answers my prayers through his deeds, his protection. I'm gonna try to get some intel out of her. Does that mean...
I am going to take the risk and re-roll this.
Oh boy.
Here comes the demon. No, but I still fail.
As you attempt to reach out to skim her thoughts, you find that her faith, almost much like looking straight into a glow globe, it conceals. Well, conceals is a bad word. It obfuscates all her other thoughts, as most of them seem intent to recite litanies at the back of her mind.
I'm just gonna shake my head and hold my eyes for a second.
Biggie question.
Hmm?
Does my spear react to her presence?
I'm going to say no.
Oh yeah, side note.
God damn it, Knight.
The sanctification.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that doesn't happen. I'm going completely off of my own interpretation of 40k here. In any way, God damn it.
Alright, I'm gonna look her up and down one more time and just say...
Yes?
You left the church, yet you still help those in need.
Of course.
Your faith burns bright enough that I can sense it. And with that, I'm gonna tap my head. Pretty much giving away that I'm a psyker.
You are a witch?
Witch mind, yes. It is a curse. But I use it in the Emperor's service.
Who are you people?
I cannot answer that.
We are servants of the Emperor.
I suppose you are. I don't know what to say. What? You say that you're here to investigate, but not me. I don't understand.
We're here to investigate the presence of a living saint.
I don't know where it is.
And at that, I'm gonna lean in really quickly. You say where it is, implying that you've heard of it. Is that correct?
Of course, there are always the faithful that talk of such things. I've never seen it myself.
What have they said?
They said it walks along the fields of Nova Bella, helping those who are beyond help.
Is that not what you do?
No, I suppose in the most pedantic manner possible, I stay here and help those that come along.
Has anybody cited this living saint?
They've claimed to have seen him, to have seen its miracles, but...
Him?
She doesn't know whether it's a he or a she.
Okay, so it's literally an it right now.
Well, the theoretical living saint that Rosalina is discussing is an it.
Did I see the gender of the living saint?
Did you claim to know it?
Well, I mean, in the video itself, in the vision itself, did I see the gender of
You
the
saw
living saint?
you saw that it was distinctly a she. However, Taya does not seem to know this.
Did I see enough facial features
There...
Actually, I have a way of doing this.
Scrutiny?
I'm going to scrutinize all over her face.
Oh no. Babe, that's disgusting.
Do I get any bonuses for possibly knowing?
No.
Alright, I'm going to spend a fate to give myself a plus 10.
Can I assist?
Actually, you wouldn't be able to.
This is true.
Yeah, it's really hard to assist with inspecting someone's face without knowing it.
Or without knowing what you're looking for.
Yes. My bad.
I am going to spend a fate and reroll this.
Oof.
I did not get it. Okay.
You look upon Tea's face. Aside from, due to the fact that the saint, in quotation marks, in your vision, was, well, glowing with radiant light, it was difficult to make out its features other than the most basic, and seeing the fact that you don't recognize the vision's eye color other than glowing light. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I thought you were done.
Kinda done.
I would like to try to read her mind with a telepathic link.
Alrighty.
I will be casting at Siring 2.
Alright, let's see it.
Well,
Well, you made it.
Does she resist?
She has strong-minded. As Polonia attempts to skim her surface thoughts, she, much like Rosalina, is blinded by this woman's pure-minded devotion.
I will stay silent.
It is the telepathic equivalent of white noise distortion.
So, like, hold
Hmm?
on. Paul was trying to chew on one of my minis.
Dumb cat.
Yeah, he's a very dumb cat. But anyway, no, I'll stay silent about it, and I'll just break off the connection when I'm not getting anything.
Speaking of cats, you see the four of you that are currently standing inside the house see a small brown furry thing come walking between your feet as he goes through Rosalina's legs and jumps up into Tea's arms. Yeah. And Thea is now currently holding Garrow in her hands.
I'm gonna signal over to the table to sit down.
The table?
Like a table, a living room table or something.
Yeah. She walks over to the small table in the corner and sits down on one of the chairs surrounding it.
Interesting choice of animal. What is the creature's name?
Oh, this is Garrow.
Garrow.
Yes, I like the name. It sort of just stuck to him.
Oh, I see
May
what you
I
did there,
pet him?
Victor. I get that. That is slick, Victor. I like that.
Yeah. What were you saying, Pri? Sorry?
Amma is going to ask if he may pet the cat.
Sure, of course. Just be careful. And you actually can roll for me a survival with a plus 60.
Alma accidentally smashed his cat.
Good
Okay,
job,
yeah.
Cortarian.
Yeah, he makes it just fine. So, Garrow, in Tea's arms, seems to be quite alert and is looking all around to the strange group of people that has arrived here. However, Amma does reach out and scratch him behind the ears, and he seems to calm down a bit. Tea says, he seems to like you.
Thank you. On our world, we are taught to interact with animals on a more friendly basis than on most other places.
I see. That's good to know. Where is that world? I'm sorry?
Not far from here.
Oh. Of course. And she just drifts off as she looks back to Rosalina and the worry returns. Please, just tell me what you want, and I might be able to help you.
And at that, Rosalina is just gonna fold her hands. She's just like... Truth be told, I am uncertain. On one hand, my instincts tell me to interrogate you, subject you to the worst kind of treatment to force you to talk. But my faith and devotion tells me not to.
There's you see Tea's face drain slightly of color when you say that.
I can't bring myself to do it.
Tea seems speechless at this, and you hear Garrow hiss slightly.
I will not harm your master. Not at all.
Please, if you still haven't told me what you want.
And I'm gonna look to the warband and... You wanted to know why we're here?
Yes, please.
And is I'm looking at the warband, is anybody...
Shaking their head?
Like, yes?
Larisian would nod yes. And he'd be watching you very intently.
Alma is just going to look directly into Rosalina's eyes and just give a faint smile of... a very honest smile. Like, say...
It's a she's trustworthy kind of expression.
Very well.
What was that, Knight? Sorry?
I was going to say you hear over the comm bead by your will, interrogator.
Very well. We've come investigating a message of, well, an incursion, let's say. Something was happening on this planet. We came as quickly as we could, but it turns out that we were years late. The message not reaching us in time. Does she say anything?
She seems to be waiting patiently for you to finish.
I'm going to take out my data slate and actually play the message for her.
Do you want me to read it? For anyone who wants to refresh himself? Slate reads, in a mechanical voice, "To my most august Archbishop Zedekiah, I can only beseech your lordship for aid, as I am surrounded with souls bereft of the Harvest Emperor's spirit. None can be trusted, for I cannot be certain who remains loyal and who has fallen. Foul things are stirring underneath the placid spirits of my people. Their smiles are false, and I know their hearts have become corrupted. Our world lives to provide its bounty to others, and should its offerings become tainted, so would countless souls fall from the Emperor's grace. I have served you and my world for many years, and know my people. My lord, you must trust me when I say action is needed immediately. Only sanctified forces from your own orders can prevent the spread of that which I dare not name, even under encryption to our astropath, for even he I grow suspicious of. Darkness is growing ever greater around me. These are not the ramblings of the paranoid. These are the warnings of the vigilant against the dark forces we strive against each day. Heed them and save my planet. I beg you. Novabella is a good world and deserving of the Emperor's protection. I eagerly await his forces to come to our side. Yours in devotion to the Harvest Emperor, blessed be his light, Esarth Felissimo, Harvester Prelate." At this, Taya speaks up and said, "Felissimo, he died years ago. He was replaced by Barahona."
Yes. Apparently we are too late to prevent that. But the message made clear that there was something wrong here. Something that required sanctified forces.
Are you those sanctified forces?
We are part of it, yes.
So you are with the Ministorum then?
Sort of. And at that, I'm going
she is going to scrutinize that. You need to roll deceive. She fails horribly. Just don't fail worse.
I'm actually not going to roll deceive because I want to continue the sentence.
Yeah, you need to just roll. You will probably succeed.
Well, I'm not lying.
That you're kind of with the Ministorum, which you're not? See? She failed worse.
Again, I'm not really lying.
You're not part of the Ministorum.
No, but that's not the lie.
What is it?
Rosalina was trained by the Ministorum. Well, a sister of battle. So technically, she's not lying. But
technically, it's not good enough.
She's gonna pull the insignia out of her, from beneath her corset between her breasts, and show the sign of the Inquisition.
Oh, snap. I like these moments, the reveal.
Cards are on the table now.
Taya drops Garrow onto the floor, who lands on his feet and runs off. Am I going to die?
No. Not now.
That is the smartest thing to say when you have the Inquisition knocking.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry, that was out of character.
It's fine. It's a good comment.
I'm just gonna say no. Not now.
I must be in some sort of danger.
That message has this entire planet in danger. Something is happening here.
We should find Harvester Prelate Barahona. He would know more.
Do you trust him?
I do. Though, this message does cast some doubt on how he became Harvester Prelate.
Do you think he was promoted in a unjust way?
No, nothing like that. It was simply the fact that he was very young when he took the office, and even then, he's still, let's just say that he's still very young for someone to be of such high profile. Actually, she wouldn't say that. Such an august person be so young. I could perhaps help you find him.
We're gonna need to. We checked the grave of the...
former Harvest Prelate.
We checked the grave of the former Harvest Prelate as well as the Astropath. We're running low on leads. And if this planet is truly in danger, we're here to protect it. If you are truly here to spread the Emperor's light, we are here to protect you.
I wish that could be reassuring.
If this is true, I will protect you with my life.
Thank you. And
Now to give you my word.
And I thank you both. But I have an idea that could help. The current Harvester Prelate, he has a route that he walks all year round. And he just so happens to make a quick stop by here, though it is very brief. I've talked to him a few times, and I asked him where his road took him next, and I think I know where he is.
Very well. Do tell.
There is a fishing village of some way further up to the north that is close to where the mountain range meets the ocean. If he is on foot, and he should be, there's no other way for him to travel, he should be reaching there soon.
Tarvok, calculate how long it would take us to travel there by foot.
Tarvok, roll for me. Navigate surface. Plus 20 for the multi-compass.
Please not navigate surface. I have nightmares.
Haha.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Alright.
Oof.
Wait a minute. You don't have navigate surface?
Why would I? Oh no, because every time I try, I think. Never mind. But yeah, no, I don't have.
Seeing how you don't have a complete topographical data of the nearest surroundings, at least not complete, you're unable to give an estimate that does not include weeks. So you arrive at the same conclusion that going on foot is a fool's errand, and that taking the Corvus there would be much quicker.
You spoke before I could say something.
Oh, go ahead, Pri.
I was going to ask her if she has ever been on a aircraft of any sort.
I've seen the tithe ships as they arrive, but no, I've never flown.
And then he's going to look over to Rosalina with a quizzical look on his face. Like, should we?
No. Taking her with us would only confirm what everybody is saying, but leaving her here is too dangerous.
If need. And this Larissa's just going to kind of look between Taya, Rosalina, and Alma. Well, if need truly be, I'm willing to stay here. I mean, there's not much I can do with, well, he's going to tap his eye patch.
Is that okay with you, Saint Taya?
What? Oh. Please, forgive me. I'm uncomfortable with that. I am not worthy of the name.
And at that, Rosalina is going to catch herself and realize what she said. Terribly sorry. Of course.
She's going to lean towards Rosalina and ask, am I in danger?
And Rosalina is just going to look at her stone-faced and just say yes.
Then I can't stay. People know where I live. In fact, I've made it a point of pride to spread to have people tell of where I live.
I don't want to ask you to come with us, but I know that all of us together could protect you. But I can't tell you where our foe will be coming from, and you may be exposed to things that you are not willing to see.
If the Emperor did send you here to protect me, then I will not deny him.
Very well. Bring Garrow as well.
Oh, of course I wouldn't leave him. And with that, she starts quickly. She ascends the ladder up into her bedchambers, and you can hear her frantically packing some of her
Leversian,
belongings.
Assist her. Polonia, assist her.
I'll hesitate and then nod, wander over and start helping.
As you, as Thalia and Larissan move in to help her, she is able to pack in no time, and she grabs her backpack and then leans down to pick up Garrow. And all right, I'm good to go.
Amma, Tarvok, let's get back to the Corvus.
Now,
Of course.
Now, as they leave, and being that I've been outside this whole time, does she show any reaction upon, well, like when Tarvok turns to look at her?
She did see you earlier, so.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she saw you out the window. So.
Fair enough.
As strange as Tarvok looks, this whole day has been strange for her. So
Tarvok will begin calculating a path towards the court.
Indeed. Taya, before she picks up Garrow, takes the hood of her robe and draws it over her head, and then picks up Garrow to make sure that she doesn't get seen. So, let's go. And I'm guessing you're going to head back to the Corvus.
Essentially, yes, running.
Alright. So, with that, you run back the way you came through the rocky terrain and sparse trees, until you finally make it back towards more familiar ground of the open fields of Nova Bella. And you walk past the village with no fanfare until you reach the Corvus itself. As you reach the Corvus, Taya stands and looks at it in silence.
There's something the matter.
It just looks so... I'm not sure.
Military?
Harsh.
Don't worry, it's quite elegant when it gets off the ground.
Very spacious.
Whoa.
Sorry about that. Go ahead, Noble.
Oh, I was just saying as elegant as a brick can be.
Mo, you were saying?
Well, I'm gonna shoot Larisian a nasty look after that comment, and it's very spacious. Extremely high roofs.
Oh.
Let's do like this. You can sit in the front where I am. I'm going to fly, and you will be safe.
Of course. And, she, ascends the landing ramp and, sits down in the seat right behind the pilot and the co-pilot seat. She seems to be fumbling with the grav harness.
Larisian would try and help her with it.
Roll for me a survival, Noble, plus 60.
Survival plus 60, oh boy. Oh, I do have survival, that's lovely.
Huh. You made it. You could have failed that, you know.
Yeah.
As you do, you help Taya to fasten herself, and she holds tight onto Garrow as she leans her head down and starts praying. And we take off.
Yes. But
So,
just before takeoff, Amma is just going to warn her not to squeeze too hard on Garrow, because there's going to be a quite deep jump when it gets off the ground.
Thank you. I'll make sure I won't. And with that, the Corvus Blackstar lurches off the ground and climbs into the heavens before setting off north towards Taya's supposed visit, the fishing village that Taya told you about.
Inside, I'm actually going to do some prayers with her.
Yes, she, even though that, even when the Corvus is in full flight, even though the grav harness isn't fully necessary mid-flight, Taya seems to be unwilling to leave her seat.
I'm gonna walk up to her and place my hand on her shoulder.
Roll survival plus 60, please.
Oh, am I gonna fumble? Probably, actually. Or survival?
Nope, you made it.
Rosalina's got this.
For reference, this is for Garrow.
Ah, okay. I'm gonna put my hand on her and look towards Garrow really quickly and just look back at her in her eyes. Don't worry, the Emperor will protect us. He always has.
And he always will.
And at that, I'm gonna sit next to her and just start praying with her as Riza sits on my lap.
After this, after about an hour flight, the Corvus Blackstar reaches the ocean, the shoreline, and as Ama, and I'm guessing Larisian too, are looking out of the cockpit armor glass, they can see what appears to be a fishing village near one of the river deltas that seems to have a massive fleet of fishing vessels going to and fro as they head into the deep ocean, either leaving with empty holds or returning with cargo fulls of fish.
Can I do a lore check to see what kind of fish it is, like, on Nova?
Yes, you can.
I know it's very important, of course.
I mean, of course, everything is a factor. You make it, and you know that there's a lot of, what is it called? There's a lot of bottom-feeding species of fish, and what would be the ancient Terran equivalent of carp.
Okay, so there's no whales or any like large.
No. No. There is no megafauna of the fish species on Nova Bella, or mammalian for that matter.
Now, the reason I ask this is to keep it, just to know if the people around here would be able to muster harpoons or large weapons like that.
Fair enough. They might have them, but that would be mostly those would mostly be harbor hooks to help assist with the incoming vessels.
Of course. So Tarvaka kind of closes the book and calls out to Larisian. Larisian, when we land, we should probably do a check of the ship just to make sure that the locals didn't touch anything.
Everything seems to have been running smoothly.
Thank you, Larisian.
That was strange.
Alright, I'm good.
Okay. So, you were saying we went from Children of the Corn to Shadows over Zinsmith?
I mean, maybe.
I like Shadow of Endless. It's a good.
It's a good book.
I'm sorry, I found that really amusing.
I found it strange. Moving on, as you, I'm guessing you sat down a bit further away from the village so as not to draw attention.
I would hope we did.
Let's say we did.
Nope, we're sitting down right in the town.
In the water.
Crash landing in the central square.
We're taking a boat with us.
Alright, we land.
As you land in the outskirts of the fishing village, Taya is finally able to stand again once the engines have been turned off, and she doesn't pick her backpack up, seeing how she assumes that you'll be leaving again in this one, in this craft, and she says, "All right, if we are able to ask around whether Barahona is here or not, we should be able to find out whether he's parted or not arrived yet."
Your look. Your look. It'll give you away. Here, change into this. And I'm gonna hand her a spare dress.
As you hand her the dress, she looks at it and says, "Where does my head go?"
Oh.
Here, let me assist you.
I'm sorry. I don't know if I want this. I don't know if I can take it.
It is fine. And with that, she's just gonna hold it and just be like, if you do not want it, that is perfectly okay.
Tell you what, I don't feel comfortable in this, and she points at the dress, indicating that it's to her mind, to her what's it called? I'm blanking on the word. To her,
Modest.
To her, yeah, it seems a bit too revealing to her modesty. And she tells Rosalina, "I'll keep it in my backpack and use it if an opportunity arises. But this will just make me stand out here."
Fair enough.
I might have an idea.
Yes?
Then Amma is going to pull his cameline cloak off his shoulders and hold it out towards her.
What is that?
A very nice piece of clothing.
And she takes it and wraps it around her shoulders, and you can see the fabric of the cloak starting to adapt to its surroundings as it ever so slightly changes color to fit that of the inside of the corvus.
Good idea. Now, let's get moving.
Alright. As you exit the Corvus Blackstar, you find yourself in a slight clearing of trees, with the fishing village straight ahead. You can see it ever so slightly through the branches.
Okay.
What do you do?
Let's not go in guns blazing. Just talking.
I mean, you're still armed enough for a war zone, so...
I'm actually going to leave my backpack back on the transport.
Does that
Do you want me to...
Oh, go ahead.
Rosalina, do you want me to leave my rifles?
Take one on a sling.
I'll take the hunting rifle then.
Alrighty.
I am going to scan the area.
Roll for an awareness test. You make it. As Amma looks around, you can see that most of the... it seems that there is very little activity going on in the village itself, and as you look further, you can see that there is quite the group of people milling about around the docks. It seems that there is a group of fishing vessels returning, and there's quite a hubbub over this.
What's a hubbub?
I'm honestly not sure. I've heard the phrase used somewhere. And
Commotion.
Commotion. There we go. That's a... God damn it.
Annie.
All of those words and more. So, what's the plan?
Let's move in nice and slowly. Let's walk past them. We have no reason to interact with these people. Let them go about their business.
Actually, you do have reason to interact with them.
Try to find a straggler or two. We can talk to them. Or somebody that appears to be in charge.
Mm,
Before we go into town, Lurson's just gonna kind of hang back towards Taya and reach into his coat and pull out one of his auto pistols and offer it to her. You might not be enough trained to use this. It's at least a deterrent.
She takes the gun, holding it between forefinger and thumb, as if it were a dead vermin, and says, I don't even know. I've never used one of these before.
Well, won't have to, hopefully.
trust me, you learn fast.
She actually lifts the hem of the camellia line cloak and reveals to you that she has what appears to be a sickle. If I get into trouble, I'm sure I can use this, though Larisian can see that her weapon is borderline useful.
Yeah. Well, I would feel better if you kept the pistol on you, just, as I said, as a deterrent. You don't have to know how to use it, all you need to know is how to point it bit.
What if I shoot someone? Well, what if I shoot any of you?
He's gonna reach into his pocket and pull out the magazine that he removed from it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, of course. How silly of me.
Well, you're unfamiliar with it. I wouldn't expect you to know. Don't worry. I very much know how to use these. And he's going to tap the other one that's inside his coat.
All right. I'll keep this close.
And as we're leaving, I'm actually going to leave one of my scout vermin in the chair just to keep an eye on her.
The chair?
Just like I want to, just as we're leaving, I'll just leave it on the chair of the captain's deck or of the.
Right. Just make sure.
Just so I have just so I can have eyes on her at all time.
Alrighty. So.
I will actually also, would you like the equivalent of would you like live feed to her?
Would you like live feed? Oh, right. As in, you can immediately check, of course.
So that way she could, offering if she wants to be able to see her on her data slate or what have you.
Who, me?
Yes.
No, I'll be fine.
Very well. And I signal very well. I will keep you up.
So, actually, you do note that, Tarwak, you do note that
there's a cat on the ship.
Taya didn't take Arrow with her, and the cat is currently, as you randomly check into the feed, you can see that your scout vermin seems to be darting in and out of compartments in the, Corvus as it catches a glimpse of Garrow chasing right behind.
I'll signal it to find a compartment to where it'll can keep visual. Employing hit and run capture.
It's funny, Knight. It's like cats are good at getting rats.
Yeah. I didn't look. I went into Dark Heresy and got 40 Grimdark Commentary.
Oh my god. I'm sure Heresy being commentary.
Maybe
that
Garrow
feeling
is just really good at getting heretics.
Oh, it's
perhaps
that feeling when you play Dark Heresy and end up in an episode of Tom and Jerry.
Right.
Does this mean that the Black Star will be blown up when we get back?
Oh no.
Oh
Probably.
no. Carol and the rat have an arms race. Somehow they get their hands on Phosphex.
Oh no.
God, there is Phosphex. Pophex on the ship. They have a
And the rat-
melt-a-gun.
I mean, to be fair, the rat doesn't have much free will.
But you know, when you're not using it, directly controlling it, it does go on backup. So that's a thing, and its rat instincts take over.
Do I have to detonate the rat right now?
No.
Great, you killed Garrow. Thanks. Thanks, Black Library.
Oh, yes, that rat was named Mortarian.
Oh no.
Thank you, Black Library. Let's kill all the loyalists.
Boo. Boo. Anyway, as you walk into town, you can see that, again, the housing, the habitats themselves all seem to have been emptied out, as most people have either out working or either working in the fields or helping the harbor masters. So, who wants to attempt to talk to anyone?
I guess I'll do it. But
You
first,
do?
I'm gonna just talk into the microbead really quickly. Amma, disappear. Locate for me a leader of some sort.
Of course.
Next, Larisian, keep an eye out for any enemy combatants. Polonia, keep close to the Saint in case she needs healing, and spot any types of cyber nests that you may see in the city.
Understood. I'll make an awareness preemptively.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll do an awareness as well.
Or
I try real hard.
Oh, I
You
don't have my
try.
brazier on me.
and got so you know?
Wow, I have like nothing on me right now. I have my
I mean-
2 swords.
Hold on. You're at your carrying capacity.
Oh, I left the backpack behind. I'm assuming almost everything is in it.
Fair enough.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
the
that's
melting
true.
gun is
It's-
actually clipped to it.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that the backpack is adding 30 kilograms of carry weight, so there's a lot of stuff in there.
Yep. So, with that, I just have
Yes.
my 2 swords on my side. I'm gonna try to locate somebody. I'm gonna
All
look
right.
for somebody that looks
This-
important.
Would be... Well, you failed your awareness test. However, Amma actually succeeded, meaning he slides into the shadows in between the habitats and is able to get himself onto a vantage point that overlooks the harbor. As he scans across the area, he is able to see at least a man that appears to be in charge, that is shouting over a group of stevedores that are rushing to and fro the fishing boats. This man, somewhat unusual for the rest of the people here, seems to have some flesh on his bones, and is standing on top of an empty Munitorum crate.
I will cast full action fill in.
There you go. Rosalina and the rest of the warband are now filled in.
Right. I'll approach this man.
Alright. As Rosalina approaches the harbor master, he turns around. I'm guessing you,
Excuse me, Harbor Master.
Yes? As he... Oh, pardon, miss. Didn't see you there. What can I help you with? You can, see that the harbor master's face seems to be starting to crease with age, as he seems to be getting on in years. His head slightly balding, but he seems to have retained most of his brown hair, though the creases are starting to show. is...
I won't
Go
hold you
ahead.
for more than a minute. I just need to know oh god, what was his name?
Make it quick, woman. I've got fish coming in that needs landing.
Of course. What was the guy's name?
He hasn't introduced himself.
No, the guy we're looking for.
The Harvester Prelate Barahona. Actually, what's his full name? Hold on. It is Manus Barahona.
Harvest Master?
Harvester Prelate.
Harvester Prelate, okay. I just need to know if the Harvester Prelate has stopped by yet.
Oh, yes, of course. He stopped by a few days ago when he, as is tradition, he went on with one of the fishing vessels onto the sea. He should be returning somewhat shortly. In fact, I am expecting him today.
Oh, that is most excellent news. Oh, thank you.
Most excellent, dude.
Shush your face. Anyway, I'm gonna say that and bow my head to him.
Do you tell him to be excellent? And he quickly returns the nod and turns back towards shouting over the harbor.
As soon as I turn around and start returning to the warband, I'm actually gonna say that over the microbead. Did everybody get that?
Recorded.
Good. We need to hang low and hang close.
So, I do not feel bad.
What?
Night in
Okay.
chat. So, as the warband hangs around town waiting for this errant fishing vessel to show up, you hear... Actually, is anyone going to stay within eyesight of the harbor?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm going to stay on the vantage point.
I will if Thea does.
Thea is... Thea seems to have taken it on herself to help the women of the workforce to distribute water and fish slurry to those who are currently on break.
As she's doing that, I'll just watch her, and at some point I'll ask her, so, what gives you so much faith?
I don't know. It's as natural as breathing to me.
You've never questioned it or thought about it?
Nothing to question. The Emperor is the light and the truth.
It's an interesting perspective. I just figured someone so devout must have had something happen to them.
No, I have thought about this myself, and I'm pretty sure it is the fact that very little has happened to me in my life to warrant any doubt.
When's the last time you had a medical exam?
A what?
When was the last time you saw a doctor?
There was this wandering Chirurgeon that came by our village. He inspected the women and the children, and he told me that I was perfectly fine.
I see. Well, if you end up sticking around with us, I'll have to give you another one at some point.
Thank you.
I'll nod at her and let her get back to her work.
She does, and she keeps handing out a foul-smelling fish slurry. Well, it is foul only by the fact that there's a lot of fish being hauled off the sea, and the salt on the wind and the slight decomposition of the fish has a wonderful aroma, at least to me, seeing how I am a man who lives so close to the sea.
I'm sure I'd find it more pleasant than her humility.
So, after some time has passed, and the sun is high in the sky, it's not high noon.
It's high.
I wasn't gonna say that.
I was.
I am preempting the joke.
Your face is a joke. Oh.
As you wait, and the stevedores on the harbor take a break during midday, you hear someone shout out, "It's here!" And a good portion of the people stand up and look towards the sea, as they can spot a singular fishing vessel appearing on the horizon, and apparently someone shouts, "It's the Harvester Prelate! Praise be to the Harvest Father!" And a large group of people shout out their praises and rush towards the docks as they cheer and holler. As the fishing vessel approaches, anyone who is keeping an eye on it can see that at the prow, yes, the prow, at the prow of the ship, you can see there standing a well-built young tanned man who seems to be wearing the seed scribe, the regalia of the seed scribe. However, this his item of clothing seems to fit, article of clothing, I should say, seems to fit much better around his physique, as it seems almost tailor-made to show it off, and his him and his muscular body. Though he does seem young, it is slightly offset by his full beard, which reaches almost down to his center chest, which seems to be the only facial hair that he has, as his scalp seems clean-shaven. He stands there with his hands outraised, and a ceremonial scythe in his other hand as he sings praises to the Harvest Father over to his attendant flock. Now it's Gluteus Maximus. Thank you very much.
I am back.
Welcome back. You missed the Swole Pope.
Swole Pope?
Yeah, I described a very physically well-built man in the Seed Scribe's clothing that seems to have been seems to fit him perfectly, and seems almost tailor-made to show off his physique.
Okay. Interesting, but alright. Do we actually see this man?
Oh yeah, he's standing on the prow of the incoming fishing vessel.
A little bit of a showboater, isn't he?
Boater, yeah, he likes to show off his boat.
Stop this now.
As the fishing vessel finally lands at the dock. Noble, that is too funny. As the fishing vessel finally lands at the dock, you can see that a group of people seems to rush forward to meet the what must be Harvester Prelate Barahona, and he jumps down onto the docks, giving each and every one a blessing as he passes through the group and shouts, "Children of the Harvest Father, I return with his bounty. Now, It falls to you to bring it to his subjects. As he and the crowd roars back, and so we shall, as if almost as if in ritual. And
faith here is strong.
Barahona walks through the crowd as they show their deference to him and step aside. Stop that. We're not in Mad Max.
Amma, Levisian,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
follow this man. Tell me when he's alone.
Understood.
Yes.
Alma and Larisian, actually neither of them has to roll a stealth test because I don't even think that Mr. the Barahona even has awareness. Let's see.
They're here anyway.
Yeah, he doesn't have awareness and he's awful. Never mind.
Rerolling that. Rerolling.
Well,
I think that's the first time I ever rolled 100 with Amma.
Yeah, actually, you've very rarely rolled 100, unlike Nooble.
Hey.
Sorry, Nooble.
I don't even know anymore.
Alright. As Harvester Prelate Barahona makes his way out of the fishing village with a slight train of followers behind as they want to catch the last glimpse of His Holiness as he makes his way onto the dirt road that leads out of this fishing village. Finally, as he leaves the village edge, he is once again by himself, and he strolls through the countryside. I'm guessing Amma fills in.
one of these two fill in.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
Well, seeing how Amma got better degrees of success, then he was able to follow closer.
I'm gonna
Yes,
assume that I followed, still close enough that I can catch up to him quickly.
I'm guessing so, yeah. If you run after him.
Okay, so I'm gonna call out to him really quickly.
As Rosalina calls out to him, he stops and turns around and says, "Greetings, my child. What can I do for you?"
And as I hold my head down really quickly, I'm gonna put one hand behind my back and sign to Tarvok. And I'm just gonna sign, "Be aware, but don't come out of concealment." Not yet.
Am I in concealment?
I was not aware
really
that.
Well, I ran ahead.
Okay.
Well,
so-
it concealed by the fact that you're not in visual range.
okay, so I'm just watching through magnification.
Pretty much, yeah.
And hopefully
Either
you
you-
tell the team.
Yes.
Okay, so with that, I'm gonna look at Barahoni
God damn it.
and hang 10 with him, because he's radical. Tubular. Anyway.
Babe, are you done?
Alright, I'm gonna talk to the Shubi. Alright, I'm
Jesus.
Stop
sorry.
it! Stop it!
I watched a lot of Rocket Power, I'll have you know. I know a lot of the lingo. Anyway,
Babe, you're a butt.
yes, I am. I'm gonna look at him and just be like, "You're a tough man to find."
My apologies, my dear. I did not wish to be so.
Mind if I walk with you for a bit? My mind is
No.
troubled.
Please, my child, join me on this pilgrimage of mine.
Oh, I also have Riza hiding back with Tarvok and the one servo skull with me recording everything.
Fair enough. Please, my child, walk with me. And he starts pacing again up the road.
I have questions.
And I may have answers, if I am worthy enough.
You knew the man before you, correct?
At this, he stops and says, "You mean, Harvester Prelate Felissimo?"
Yes. He was a good man.
Yes. Azarth was an upstanding individual. Truly, I look up to him, though his passing was an unfortunate one.
I started writing a documentary about him. And I was wondering if I can get more information from you,
Roll deceive.
as well as putting some of my mind at ease.
Roll deceive. Funnily enough, this guy doesn't even have scrutiny. He seems very gullible.
He's a simple man.
No, he buys it. Yes, although, is this some, you wish to write a book about him?
A book about him, but more importantly, it's your rise.
Mine? Oh, it is somewhat of a misnomer, that. You must, let me be painfully honest with you, Miss.
Yes, go ahead.
No, he's asking your name.
Oh. Roseless.
Ah, Miss Roseless. I must admit that I'm only the interim Harvester Prelate, as it is an unfortunate situation that my taking of the office has yet to be confirmed by the Sector Synod.
But regardless, you've done so much. I must write about you regardless of the circumstances.
Of course. Where should I start?
Well, first I need to know about your predecessor. I know a few things about him, but only the slightest.
Yes, of course. Ask away, and you continue your stride. What can I tell you about him?
Well, if I can stay close to you, and I'm saying that with the microbeat active. I was wondering, how did you two first meet?
Ah, yes. I was, hold on, I need to check something. I need to check some lingo about this place. And that is, let's see, the faithful of the Harvest Father. They are called... Ah, perfect, I got it. Yes, I knew him back when I was a mere garden predicant. Though, my station was...
A garden predicate?
Oh. Yes, of course, it is the third highest position. It is the equivalent of a deacon.
Yep.
Yes, I believe it is in the ecclesiarchal, in the more common ecclesiarchal system, it is that of a deacon. I'm sure you're more familiar with that terminology.
Yes, of course.
Yes, though he was though he was not personally known to me, I did come to know him much better. Once the time of his death drew closer, there was the unfortunate matter of his succession that needed to be decided.
Well, we can both rest knowing that he's at the Emperor's side.
Indeed he is. He now provides his own bounty to the Harvest Father, and he makes the Island of the Aquila.
Rosalina returns it.
But, actually, oh, forgive me, I'm rambling. What was the question again?
When did you first meet him?
I met him by the throne. It's been a while, and he stops to scratch his full beard and says, "Believe it was back in." Hold on, I need to do some math. I believe it was back in '67. Back when I was much, much younger, and he took an interest in me and elevated me from my local Thane Hall, and and made me crap.
Made you crap.
Made me crap. And elevated me to the position I held before my somewhat meteoric rise, if I may be so immodest.
Of course. Now, can I ask you a tough question?
Of course.
It'll help put my mind at ease.
Whatever I can do to help, Miss Roseless, please ask away.
I've read all the documents about him, but something always seemed missing. Can you tell me the exact circumstances of his death?
I unfortunately cannot. I was not there when Azarth passed away. I can only tell you what I was told. Alright.
Check his face, see if he's lying.
Well, he doesn't have deceive, so he seems to be telling the truth. Though he seems to be holding back some detail, if only you were to dig a smidge deeper.
I have a way of doing that.
In the fact of who told him.
I'll wait on this. So let me hear the story real quick of...
Right.
Then I'll ask who.
It was a day like any other, though there was an ill omen in the air. The migratory birds were unruly that day, as they swirled around recompense, and I must say there was a gut feeling that gave me pause. However, when I heard that Azarth had fallen away, died in his sleep, I believe, then I knew that some great burden was about to be laid upon my back, shoulders, I should say. And when the news came that Azarth had chosen me to be his successor, it was possibly the most turbulent time on all of Novabella. Not to say that there was an outright schism. It was merely the fact that the... hold on, I need another... I forgot the rank above, which is... Oh, Harvest Scribes, right, those are the bishops. That the Harvest Scribes that held rank above me were somewhat furious over the fact that they were overlooked.
Well, who told you?
Oh, it was... He pauses for a moment, and says, "Oh, it was Viceroy Martin Cathrinkus himself who brought me the news. Have you met the Lord Governor's cousin?"
On a side note, I actually have, right?
No, you have not.
Ah, okay. So I'm going to repeat that name, which I immediately forgot.
I'll type it into both Discord and Roll20 chat. Martin Cathrinkus. Boop. And then I'll just copy that into Discord for posterity. Boom. There we go. Tarbok, you can roll Common Lore Novabella.
Alright.
Let me see. Ooh, barely made it.
I was like plus natural intelligence.
That's true. Also, you get, what's it called? You also get an extra degree of success because of infused knowledge.
Indeed.
Ah, here you go. What little you do know, unfortunately, was just 2 degrees of success, so you'll just get the top paragraph. As the governor's younger brother and heir for the first few years of his rule, Martin assumed the title of Novabella's Viceroy of the Harvest. No, that's not. The Viceroy is a pragmatic man, and as such wears clothing that resembles his brother's but less ostentatious. He recognizes that he holds tremendous authority through his title and is careful to apply his power discreetly. Martin knows that he can continue in this role only as long as his brothers continue to trust in his expertise and professionalism. Actually, that's a bit more than...
I mean, it was 4 degrees, so...
yeah, that's true. Funnily enough, you have a tiny little family history on the Cathrinkus as far as they've ruled Novabella.
So, for what I know, their power comes from just an honor system, the trust in the person they have in charge doing
Pretty much. You,
Oh
Tarvok...
god, it's feudalism.
Pretty much. The Imperium is feudal.
As all things should be.
So, Tarvok is able to put 0, 1 and 1, 1 together to get 0, 0, 1, 1. Actually, I don't know what 4 is in binary.
Anyway,
he's able to put it together. What the hell, Nooble? What the hell? Whatever. As Tarvok is able to get a tiny bit of research on the name, he realizes that this viceroy, if he understands it correctly, he realizes that he would hold most of the functional power on the planet, seeing how Everfast Cathrinkus seems to be only interested in dealing with the tithe and has delegated much of the responsibility over to his younger cousin.
As I kind of pass this information along to the party, I also make a note to tell Rosalina, not only does this give us a lead of where to look next, it is also something that we could leverage for information.
Hmm.
Wait a minute, I have an idea.
You do?
If they're not married, we have a Polonia. We'll join our houses.
What?
What?
We have a Polonia, we'll join the houses. We'll marry
Wait.
Polonia off.
Hold on. Polonia isn't out of noble birth.
I don't think Heresy would approve.
She is. She's a noble. Her parents were noble on.
No, not really. They were of high status, but not of noble birth.
Look, we can forge documents anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't this zany plan work better with Rosalina?
Yeah, considering she is a noble.
Right.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be as funny.
We can pretend Larisian is a woman.
Marry him off.
Anyway.
Wouldn't be the first one-eyed monster they got in bed.
Oh, no.
Anyway.
Moving along quickly.
I feel attacked.
I'm gonna look at the dude guy.
Harvester Prelate Barahona.
Yeah, dude guy McFluff Buff Carrick.
I give up.
I'm gonna look at
Sweetest
him
protein.
and just say, do you believe he died in his sleep?
I have no reason to doubt. Why would the Viceroy lie to me?
I didn't ask if they lied to you. I asked if you believe it.
Well, belief implies deception. But to answer your question, yes, I do.
And what of his friend, the astropath?
I was not aware that Ezarth and our late astropath had any friendship.
You must have been aware of their dealings at some point?
I do not know if our late Felicimo, Harvest Father, rest their souls, keep their souls, I should say. I do not know if they knew each other personally. I'm not certain that any man of the church could possibly befriend a witch like him, sanctioned as he is, or was.
That makes sense. I never trust the witch.
No, they are unpredictable, unreliable.
But they are useful. Do you not find it odd that his death is around the same time?
It is tragic, I must say, but death claims all in the end. We must all join the Emperor's side at some point.
That I agree with. That the church has told me very well.
Ah, you are a member of the Ministorum, then?
Training.
I see. Forgive me for asking, but you're not from around here, as he looks you over.
And at that, I'm gonna give a curt smile. Well, I was raised much at home, but no. Not from around this part, anyway. Implying that she's still from the planet.
Oh, you're from behind the Heaven Falls Mountains, then. Which region do you hail from, dear?
Sorry, I'm a little bit shy and my memory is shoddy real quick. Forgive me. And at that,
That is possibly the worst lie that Rosalina has ever said in this entire game.
hang on. I got this. I'm actually from... And she's gonna put her hand behind her back and just signal to Tarvok, name a place. And she's gonna hold herself up proudly when she says it.
Knight, Common Lore Novabella, be quick.
Oh my god, save me, Rock!
You know what? Last fate point, insta-pass.
Insta-pass. There is a region beyond the Heaven Falls Mountains called Corinth.
I hail from Corinth. I was raised at home for the most part. And I came over here hearing of your legend. I wanted to know more.
Huh, of course. I must say, it has been quite some time since I last spoke with a Corinthian, and please give my regards when you come back, when you get back home.
I plan to I plan to share every word.
Is Garden Predicant, hold on, I need a name. Let's go with, Phyllis. Let's go with that. Is Garden Predicant Phyllis still holding sway over that, over Corinth?
I believe so.
Ah, that's good. Please give her my regards when you return.
Very well. Now. And as they continue, she's just gonna kind of look a little bit like shy. Okay, that's what Rosaline is going for right now.
That feels like a deceive test.
Okay, I can do that.
Alright. Let's see if non-scrutinizer here catches it. No, he does not. Man, he does not have many skills. Actually, his skill is mostly charm. Fair enough. So, do you ask him anything else?
I'm gonna sign behind my back as we walk and just ask Tarvok if there are any other questions that need to be addressed to spread the word to the party.
I do. Can I get on the microbeat and pass out? Does anyone have any questions they need to ask to this individual?
No.
Going once.
Tarvok will ask the. Put this. Any Mechanicus individuals on the. Sorry.
I must ask one more question.
Of course.
Do you know what the last message the Astropath sent out was? No, not the Astropath. Oh god, what's the last guy's name? Sorry, I'm really...
Felissimo.
Do you know the last message that Felissimo sent out through the Astropaths?
That is a strange question. No, I unfortunately do not. That is between the Astropath and the Emperor.
Because it was slightly after that the tide ship stopped coming.
Yes, it has been... actually, hold on, let me rephrase that. Yes, it is a shame that the wider Imperium does not collect on the bounty that we have procured for it. Though we must continue in our vigilance, the Emperor, the Harvest Father, is surely testing us, and he will not find our faith wanting.
Speaking of faith, though, I must question your predecessors.
Sorry? I must question your predecessors...
His faith.
At this, you've been walking along now for a bit, and once again, Barahona stops and looks at you with grave eyes. Is there something you're not telling me?
I don't want to say to you. I can't say.
My child, it is between us and the Harvest Father. If you wish to unburden yourself, you may confess.
I believe your predecessor to be a heretic.
He is actually going to roll willpower now. Phew, he makes it. How? What do you mean?
What I mean is, he set up the perfect scenario for you to fall. He stopped the tide ships from coming.
How do you know this, child?
The research journals. The ones from my homeland. We intercepted the message, the last one he sent out.
Show me this message.
And at that, she reluctantly and almost cowardly turns over her data slate and plays the message.
Barahona stands there, dumbfounded, his jaw slackening as the artificial voice of the data slate reads it aloud. And don't worry, it's not going to get damaged. And as the message ends with Felicimo's signature, the data slate drops out of his hand and onto the ground. Don't worry, it's everything, like everything in the Imperium, it's armored.
My data slate.
Roll an agility to see if you can catch it.
Agility. I want to.
You make it.
I'm gonna.
What?
I'm gonna know that I can make it and purposely miss.
Fair enough.
But catch it enough that I know it won't break, but still falls to the ground.
So you fumble it then.
Yeah.
As you bend down to retrieve your data slate, Barahona leans on his ceremonial scythe for support and holds up his hand to his forehead and says, This is... by the Harvest Father, this can't be happening.
Now you know why I had to find you alone.
What is this darkness he speaks of?
I am unsure. But shortly after this message, both of them died.
Something is afoul here.
Now, can I ask you one more time? Are you sure he died in his sleep?
I do not believe that anymore. I must go to recompense.
Here.
Its city will now earn its name.
Here. This is a method of contacting me. I can get the message out.
What are you handing him?
I'm essentially handing him my Vox digits.
He doesn't have that. Remember, they have this planet is unbelievably primitive. They have an outdated Vox system that they dare not switch frequency out of fear of messing it up.
Let me accompany you.
Yes.
If
Yes.
nothing else, my skill with a sword will protect you.
Of course. Please, come with me. We must make our way to recompense immediately.
I'll stay as close as possible. I will follow you.
I'm sorry. I'm confused by that. Me as the GM.
I'm saying to the team in the Vox bead to stay close and follow.
I got it.
Understood.
I thought you were addressing it to him. It sounds strange.
It's more or
then
less
again,
the way she looks when she says it is that she's saying it to herself to hype herself up to, you know, be brave.
I mean, he doesn't have scrutiny, so let's just... Nope, he doesn't make it. Man, this guy's gullible. Then again, he wouldn't have the position he's in if he didn't. So, with that, he puts a strut into his step.
I'm gonna walk behind him.
Alrighty. And with that, Rosalina and the rest of the warband, no doubt in tow. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's... So, quick question. I'm going to end the episode here. However, we will start next session having time skipped. However, I need to know, just on the record, who is going into the Corvus to fly ahead, and who is going to follow behind Rosalina and the Harvester Prelate.
I would prefer.
Oh, go on, Mob.
I would prefer the Corvus, but Alexis, if you want me to come with your party,
Up to
Yeah,
you.
I would personally go with the Corvus as well, just to, be a pilot.
Put the Saint with the Corvus. That also means Amma and Larisian are going with them.
Tarvok will stay on land as his ability to maneuver around difficult terrain should give him no issue.
Yeah,
Sounds
Polonia
like...
stay with Tarvok.
So, sounds like Polonia and Tarvok are following, and Larisian and Amma are going on the Corvus. Perfect.
And I will offer again one of my holding handles for Polonia to make that ride easier.
Whee! You're still not getting the vehicle trait.
One day.
I will also leave Raffen along with the ground-bound team.
Just to keep an eye.
Keep
As
Risa in the Corvus.
right, that's good. So, as we close out this episode of Queen's Court, and it seems that the plot thickens even further. Soon it'll just be Jello. With that, Tarvok takes a last glimpse through the eyes of the scout vermin, and he can see that it seems to be hiding in one of the rear compartments, and it's looking out through a hole in the wall where it can see Garrow poking its paw into it.
Good job, Garrow. You get that
Yeah.
heretic.
So, babe, take us out.
Alright, thank you for joining us for another episode of Queen's Court. This one was a lot of fun and a lot of espionage and a lot of lying. It was really good because everybody supported and did their own parts and everything, and I really liked it. Anyway, guys.
Why the F you lying?
What? I'm not, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, I get you.
Ah!
Anyway, guys, I'm Alexis, the Egoqueen. I love you guys. Bye.